We drifted pretty much into the state of Tennessee. And I was having a gay old time sitting over those rascals. Why, when they weren't rehearsing Shakespeare, the king, he would teach us some card tricks. The duke, he would lecture me on the science of baronology. The two of them, they have more schemes than possum does ticks. I was learning a lot from those monkey shines.
Oh, God. Hey, no. Hey, no. Hey, no. Hey, no. No. No.
Hey,
No.
Romeo! Romeo! Let's work on Romeo!
Enough.
Oh,
This is hopeless.
come on, Bilgy. I'm going to get it yet. I'm going to knock the socks off any play actor you ever saw.
No.
Ooh.
What we shall perform is a totally type of drama altogether.
You mean we aren't going to do any Shakespeare?
Oh. These yokels aren't up to your Juliet. They want comedy. Low comedy.
Right.
Maybe something much lower than lower
You're a
comedy.
whole lot lower than this.
But I have just the role for you.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that?
You secure the African.
Well, it's all right.
And you, boy, make sure you follow me and mind every move I make.
So the Duke and me went to town of Bricktown, Arkansas. Huh. We looked for some paying customers. Now, why they call it Bricktown? I have no idea. There wasn't a brick in the whole place. There was one road that was none but mud. Huh. The only group around was an ornery-looking bunch of loafers. Give me another chaw of tobacco, wife.
I just gave my last piece to Andy.
What are we gonna do today, wife?
Too hot to do anything, Andy.
Maybe there'll be a dog fight.
Sure hope so. Ain't nothing to wake me up and feel good all over like a good dog fight.
What say we pour turpentine on a dog and set fire to him? That'd be better than a dog fight.
Gentlemen, give a listen. All willing and able should follow me to the Bricktown Wharf to purchase their tickets for the show of the century.
What's he so excited about?
It's another one of them medicine shows.
Tonight, on the stage of the shipwrecked showboat, Sir Walter Scott, the sublime poetry of William Shakespeare, and a freak of nature brought to you from the jungles of Borneo by great expense, the Royal Nonsuch.
Nonsuch? What's a royal nonsuch?
Madam, how shall I explain it? Is neither a son of Adam nor a daughter of Eve, but partakes of the characteristics of both. She's got one big breast in the middle of her chest and an eye in the middle of her nose. So says I, if you look her in the eye, you're better off looking up her nose. Whoever you are, wherever you've been, you've come this far, well, come on in, see the Nonsuch.
Nonsuch!
Johnson!
I get up early, I stay up late, I've seen it before and I still can't wait to see the Nonsuch.
Nonsuch!
Nonsuch!
She found one big breast in the middle of her chest and an eye in the middle of her nose. So says I, if you look her in the eye, you're better off looking up her nose. How much?
50 cents, the 1/2 part of $1, servants 10 cents. Because the Nonsuch will be exhibited in its state of nature, no ladies will be permitted. But the education of no boy or man is complete until they have witnessed this shocking spectacle.
No ladies permitted?
Sounds plumb disgusting. Well, what are we waiting for?
Believe me, it's the best of the best. I know what I'm saying. I've seen the rest. The Nonsuch. It'll leave you blind with a heaving sigh. So come on over and risk a night. Cincinnati and New Orleans, but this beats anything I've ever seen. The nonsense!
Nonsense! Nonsense! Nonsense!
I see your money, I see your face, so come on over and take your place at the nonsense!
Nonsense! Nonsense! Nonsense!
Well, it ain't no woman and it ain't no man and it don't wear very many clothes. So says I, if you look her in the eye, you're better off looking up her nose.
Well, it ain't no woman and it ain't no man and it don't wear very many clothes.
It's got one big breast in the middle of her chest and an eye of very many clothes. So says I, if you look her in the eye, you're better off looking up her nose. Better off looking up her one big breast in the middle of her chest and an eye in the middle of her nose. To be or not to be, that is the bare bodkin that makes calamity of so long a life. For whom would fathers bear to Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane? But that the fear of something after death murders the innocent in the sleep, and makes us rather sling the arrows of outrageous fortune than to fly to others we know not of. There's the respect must give us pause. Wake, Duncan, at thy knocking. I would welcome. For who could bear the whips and scorns and times, and the quietness of which his pains might take in the dead waste and middle of the night, and churchyards yawn in customary suits of solemn black, from whose bourne no country air returns, breathes a contagion upon the world, and like the cat in adage, I sullied o'er with prayer. 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to you. But soft you, the fair Ophelia wins. Hope not thy ponderous and marble jaws, but get thee to a nunnery. Go!
None such! 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 None such!
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was Hamlet's immortal soliloquy. And now, gentlemen, for the second part of our program, the incredible, the unbelievable, the royal nonsense.
Where'd it go? That wasn't the girl. I paid for that. What was that? That wasn't the girl. Man, what happened to that?
This great tragedy will only be performed 2 more nights on account of pressing engagement in London. Why, the seats in Drury Lane have been filled already.
That's all there is to it.
Well, if we have succeeded in entertaining and instructing you, we ask that you go and tell your friends about the show.
I say let's start feathering checks.
Hold on! We've been took! Mighty badly took! But we don't want to be the laughing stocks of the whole town. Now, do we? No. What we want to do is talk this show up and sell it to the rest of the town. And then we'll all be in the same boat. Now, ain't that sensible? Yeah, let's try! Now, let's all go home and tell everybody else to see the tragedy tomorrow night.
Greenhorns, flatheads. How much did we make?
$135, Your Majesty.
$135.
Listen.
No women or children. I knew that would fetch them.
Just listen. I know we got by with it tonight. What about tomorrow? I think they might want to make things hot for us.
I don't know. Tomorrow they come to the theater. We take their money. They take their seats as usual.
Yeah? Yeah?
And then we shin to the river like the Dickens was after us.
Never! Again!
Bravo! 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 You were magnificent! And you brought in a wagon load of money for us. And tomorrow!
There ain't gonna be tomorrow! There's gotta be a better way. Making some money out of turn them into some sort of public spectacle. I'm out of here.
King and Duke, they went out celebrating. Me? I was just thinking how great the two of them was. Wow, they made fools of the entire town. And a heap of money besides it. I went back to the raft, thinking just how great they really was. You know, by now they was keeping Jim chained up all the time, so people wouldn't think it was a runaway. When I seen the gifts they made him wear, I just had to laugh. I decided I'd play a little joke on Jim. Look yonder!
Huh?
Ain't that a runaway? I believe it is.
Don't come no closer, whoever you are. I knock your brains out.
Let's get her, boys!
Oh, Lord, it's you.
Of course it's me, you simpleton. I was so comical. But I guess you believe just about anything, wouldn't you, Jim?
Don't you do me that way, Huck Finn.
You look like a body that's been drowned 9 days.
I was so happy, I could have got down on my knees and kissed your foot. But all you was worried about was making a fool of old Jim. Go on, get your face out of my sight.
Don't be talking trash, Jim.
You're the one who's trash. Trash is people who dump dirt on the heads of their friends and make them feel ashamed.
Right, be that way. Just sit there. It was almost 15 minutes before I could humble myself before a nigga. But I'd done it. I was never sorry for it either. Jim? Sorry.
You just come here, huh? He's all right now. But Huck, I suspect those weren't no kings after all.
No, I reckon they're not, Jim. I reckon they're low-down fools and humbugs. But gotta go along with them for your sake.
Well, couldn't we just get shut on and go back to like it was before? Don't worry about it, Huck. You'll think of something. Well, you's the only white person ever kept his word to Jim. I see the same stars through my window. You see through yours, but we're worlds apart. Worlds apart. And I see the same skies through brown eyes. And you see through blue, but we're worlds apart. Worlds apart, just like the earth, just like the sun. Two worlds together are better than one. I see the sunrise in your eyes, you see in mine, but we're worlds apart. Worlds apart.
I see the same stars through my window. You see through yours, but we're worlds apart. Worlds apart. And you see the same skies through brown eyes. I see through blue, but we're worlds apart. Worlds apart, just like the earth, just like the sun. Two worlds together, worlds are better than one. I see the friendship in your eyes, you see in mine, but we're worlds apart. Worlds apart, together, but worlds apart.
And a mockingbird sings in an old yonder tree. Swally-a-dee, dee-da-dee. It's hard. It's mighty hard. My poor little Elizabeth. My poor little Johnny.
Are those your children, Jim?
Those are my children. I expect I'll never see them again. It's funny, huh? I can hardly sleep now at night just thinking about them. Last night, I hear a door slam clear on the other side of the show. It reminded me when my Elizabeth, when she was only 4 years old, and just got over a rough spell of that scarlet fever. One day I says to her, "Shut the door." Well, she just stands there, kind of smiling at me. So I says again, mighty loud, "Do you hear me? Shut the door." She done me the same way. Now eyes are boiling. I say, "I lay I make you mine, and I fetch her a slap upside the head and send her flying." But when I come in the room, 10 minutes later, I come out, and she's still standing there, tears streaming down her face. Before I can go and hit her again, along come a wind, and it slammed the door too. Blam! And my God, my child never moved. My breath, it hopped right out of my body, huh? I I grabs her and I cries, oh Lord Almighty, please forgive Jim, because he ain't never gonna forgive himself as long as he lives. You see that fever? It left her deaf and dumb, huh? It left her plumb deaf and dumb. And I've been treating her so.
It didn't sound natural. Jim cared for his people. Just as white folks do for theirs.
More to you, my boy.
Duke, why we gotta keep Jim chained up like this all the time? There's no one to save.
No. Chains are the proper things at all times. We must preserve the unities, as they say on the boards.
King,
Yeah.
I reckon Jim and I'll be on our own way now.
No, I reckon you won't. Why, Duke and I ain't gonna make you a partner. We think you got possibilities.
I don't want no part of your schemes.
You listen here, boy. You're a nigger stealer, that's for sure. And if you think they're gonna take the word of a scoundrel boy over two fine gentlemen like ourselves, oh, you got another thing coming. I don't want to hear any more of this high-toned talk. Do you hear me? Now, what's that there town?
Hillsboro.
Good. I think we need to head over that way and see if we can get some sort of project going. Now that we got these nice stone-button guns, we can pass ourselves off as rich folk. And we don't have to do that nonsense no more. All right. Come here, boy. Adolphus, that's you.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Yeah. Well, I want you to come along because you're going to be my valet now. Come on, boy.
Arkansas, I just leveled Arkansas. Of my ma, of my pa, but I just leveled Arkansas. Well, I ain't never traveled much, but someday when the money's such, I'd like to see the world and all, but take a run through Arkansas.
We walked into the town of Hillsboro, where we met a young fellow waiting for a steamboat. He told us everything we needed to know.
I'd like to get my picture took and put it in my memory book and someday hang it on my wall. Say that I'd seen Arkansas, Arkansas, I just leveled Arkansas. Love my ma, love my pa, but I just leveled Arkansas. Could you be the Reverend Harvey Wilkes?
I could be.
Well, I'm sorry to say you ain't come on time, Reverend. Your brother Peter died last night.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And to think, you came all the way from Sheffield, England, and you ain't seen your brother since you was 6 years old. It's so sad.
Yes, you know what's tell. Tell the sad tale, you know. But we all got going one way or the other.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what my mommy used to say. But you better get over to your brother's house right now. He left a letter with your niece, Mary Jane, saying how he wanted the property divided up.
Really? Hey, you know you are a very clever young boy, you are. Boy, I bet you can't tell me who this is.
Why, certainly. That's your Poe-afflicted brother, William, who's deaf and dumb. Well, good day, Reverend. I'm off to visit my uncle in Rio de Janeiro.
All right. Hey, good day to you, my boy. God's blessing on you. Hey, Belgian, you get on that?
I did.
You get ready to give a performance of your life. We're going to take these flatheads for all they're worth. You know what? Being brothers to a dead rich man, that's the life for you and me, Belgian. Come on. Adolphus, come on. Woo!
Grandpa, he was always good. I'd play horsey on his foot. He'd tell me when I get tall, we'd both go see Arkansas. Arkansas, I just leveled Arkansas. Love my ma, love my pa, but I just leveled Arkansas. I just leveled Arkansas. Arkansas, I just leveled Arkansas. Love my ma, love my pa, but
me. Is this where Mr. Peter Wilkes lives?
He did live here. He's over there cooling on ice. He left here yesterday afternoon, gone on to Florida.
Alas, my poor brother gone. And I never got to see him. Oh, this is just too hard.
You must be my Uncle Harvey.
Yes, I'm Harvey, Mrs. Williams. And, oh, you must be Mary Jane.
I am. And these are my sisters, Susan and Joanna.
Oh, aren't they lovely?
One was stone-faced. One had a hair lip.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Miss Mary Jane, she was real pretty.
Oh! Wait, wait.
Here's a letter my father left behind.
Oh, so it is. Oh, let's see here. It gives the house and 3,000 in gold to you, and what? 6,000 in gold to William and me.
And here it is.
Let's pray. My poor brother that lies there yonder has done so generously by those of us he left behind in his vale of sorrows. And we know he'd have done much more generously by those of us if he hadn't been so concerned for William and me. So, what sort of uncles would we be that would rob such poor lambs as these whom he loved so? Therefore, and Mary Jane, take the 6,000.
You two good souls, how could you?
My God,
Why, Counselor.
these aren't your uncles. They are nothing more but the thinnest kind of imposter.
Oh, hello, you must be my brother's friend in
You keep your hands off me, you ignorant tramp. Oh, yes, you talk like an Englishman, don't you? Why, it's the worst imitation I have ever heard.
But he knew our names. And if they were imposters, why should they refuse my father's legacy?
Mary Jane Wilkes, I was your father's friend, and I'm your friend. And I warn you as a friend, and an honest one, to turn these pitiful scoundrels out of your house and have nothing more to do with them. Will you?
Here's my answer. Keep the money. All of it. Invest it in me any way you choose. We open our house and our heart to you, and I place myself and my affairs completely in your hands.
God bless you, Mary Jane. Thank you.
It was enough to make a body ashamed of the human race. He sent everyone home. Told him to come back tomorrow. He was gonna preach his brother's funeral sermon. Miss Mary Jane took the two of them in. She fed them. Told them they could sleep right there in their own house. Why, Miss Mary Jane and her sisters, oh, they was both wonderful people. I was gonna let that old reptile rob her and her money. So that night, the late sounds quiet. The early ones hadn't quite begun. I snuck upstairs. I took the gold. Judge, I better hide it somewhere. Then I heard someone coming.